What up, Fight World? Man, it's your boy Banco Boxing. I'm back. I haven't been as active as I want to be this week because your boy gonna also start streaming. I'm gonna drop that channel also in my at the end of the video. It's called Banco's Gaming. Y'all get at me, man. I've been nice on video games since about 96, so y'all really gonna see these skills, fam. But anyways, as you guys all know, it is fight week. We have Shawn Porter versus Errol Spence in a unification bout for, I guess one could possibly say welterweight supremacy, 147 pounds, but I would call the supreme welterweight whoever could beat Terrence Crawford. But we had these two guys fighting, and some people on Twitter also feel like I'm a Bud fanatic, or like I hate Errol Spence, which is not it could be far from the truth. I'm very high up on Spence as far as like boxing wise. I'm not high up on his resume, but I know he has skills. I can go back as like 3-4 years ago when I said he gonna take over, just because I saw things he was doing as a young fighter that you like to see them do. But anyways, man, my prediction, like I've been saying, people kind of been disrespecting Shawn Porter. I'm gonna give it, I can't say it's 50-50. I'm going to say 60-40. I can't say 70-30. Ain't like Shawn Porter ain't got no chance at all to win. But this is an interesting fight, man. It's gonna be a telltale fight. I didn't get a chance to watch the press conference. Maybe I should have watched the press conference and did this, but I'm just trying to get it out here like this. From what I heard from CJ Goodfellow, shout out to CJ Goodfellow. He was saying, Errol was up there saying he ain't do strength and conditioning again for this fight or something like that. I think that's a cop-out for him, basically saying that he get too big in between fights and he got to lose a whole bunch of weight. So he says he didn't do that, so in case he don't deliver the KO like he been promising, he'll say, well, I ain't do strength and conditioning. That's what it sounds like. Because dude be getting really big in between fights. Y'all like to get on AB between fights, but Spence be getting big too. But anyways, Errol Spence is a great fundamental fighter. Very fundamental. Right now, I can't tell you one thing like he does the best. Well, I wouldn't even say best. Something like he just does flashy. Right now, I know he does pretty much everything pretty good. He's gotten better defensively. Moving his feet, moving his head, learning how to control range, notifying opponents with very good boxing ability. So it should be nothing for him really to, I want to say, I got to go back and even watch the Kell Brook and Shawn Porter fight, but if you got a good jab and can keep Shawn Porter on the outside, you can beat him very convincingly. That's just the way he fights. He kind of, all that little herky-jerky movement coming in like a running back, that won't work if you got an effective jab against Shawn Porter. If you choose to slug it out with him, that's going to give him the best chance. Like if you fight him the way Keith Thurman did, then he has a good chance to almost win. And like the way Danny Garcia did, the only difference is Danny Garcia just don't have the movement. Danny Garcia has always had slow feet, but he's always had an equalizer with his hands. But back to Errol Spence. He's a southpaw. He has the height advantage. I believe he's at 5'9". Shawn Porter's not 5'7". He's about 5'5". So Errol has like a 4-inch height advantage on him. You can see, I'm going to find a picture of the last face-off on the press conference so you can see the height advantage. Shawn's hair can be fooling to some. But I really believe Errol stays on the outside, mixes up his shots, goes to Porter's body. He can get him out of there because we know Porter's always in shape. He fights till the last second in round 12. So you got to take his, like my dad said from little, a man ain't nothing without his wheels. And the body shot takes some out of your wheels. And they'll make you slow down. And we'll see if he's able to catch Shawn with something. See, Shawn has only been on the ground by a quick punch. That was a check left hook from Adrian Broner around 12 in that fight 4 years ago. He didn't see it coming. All the other punches he's taken, he's seen the punches come, so he's able to tell his mind to, brace for impact. Like, I'll probably try to have it in here, but when he fought Keith Thurman caught him with a hellacious, I can't remember if it was a right hand, but Porter knees buckled, and I thought he was finna go out of there. And we know, and it's really not, the ruling is not out on if Errol Spence is really a harder puncher than Keith Thurman or Danny Garcia. Because like we said, he fought Mikey, and of course he fought a broken down Kell Brook. That's like his top opposition. We're gonna come right there. I could throw Lamont Peterson in. You can say, yeah, Lamont Peterson kind of beat Danny Garcia. I think he edged him, but I don't think he was active enough in the beginning. However, by the time Lamont had got to Errol, he had been through some other wars with, I think, Felix Diaz and David Asanesian and somebody else. So that's why it's easier for him to just walk through something like that. He looked really good in that fight, but we all know Lamont Peterson's best days were behind him at that point. So it's kind of hard to say, what's up. I mean, Lamont Peterson was never like one of the best at welterweight. He always did his best work at 140 pounds. Now, moving on. Shawn Porter, he's been in there with the best. He's been in there with Andre Berto, Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, Adrian Broner. He sparred Manny Pacquiao. For this fight, he was sparring David Benavidez. And he always comes ready. Oh, he beat Eugenio Ugas. He always comes to fight. He doesn't really, it's nothing that he does better than Errol Spence, besides May fights ugly. I like to see in this fight, Shawn Porter has a tendency to smother his work. The reason why he's not, when y'all see him having people on the ropes, he's not as effective as you guys think he is, because he's always smothering his work. So I wonder if they adjusted in training camp to step back a little bit so he can utilize the distance to get more on his punches to actually be more effective when he has him on the ropes. Because this will be the fight, if Shawn Porter is able to be effective, this will be the fight that Errol Spence's will get tested. His chin possibly get tested as well. I think he's got buzzed before by somebody. Kell Brook was giving him some chocolate brownies in there. As you know, Kell Brook likes to refer to his punches as chocolate brownies. He was doing some good work with Errol Spence, but the difference is Shawn Porter don't really possess the boxing ability of Kell Brook. But if you right there in his face and you gonna fight with him, like, kind of like, I wouldn't say like Mikey Garcia, but if Mikey Garcia was Shawn Porter on that night, fight would have been different. Even though the thing with Mikey is always in position to fire back. He just didn't fire back against Spence. We know Shawn's gonna do something. If Shawn can't win on the outside, he gonna force his way. If he gotta take a couple of licks to get inside, he's gonna press Errol Spence. He does a lot of feign and all that, like he did with Broner, because Broner was better just skill wise as well. And Porter didn't do a lot to him. All AB did was clinch and basically kind of did what he saw Floyd do against Pacquiao. So it's ways to nullify him. I expect Errol Spence to do some clinching to slow Porter down when he's trying to be offensive, because one of the things that Porter said was, we never seen anybody hit Errol with combinations. Well, if you got an active, aggressive fighter like Porter in front of you, you're going to want to clinch to stop his momentum, then make him reset himself so you can get your offense output off. But all I know is, guys, I'm really expecting a win by Errol Spence. I personally don't feel he would knock Shawn Porter out. I feel like it's going to go 12. If he knocks Shawn Porter out, he's did something to Shawn Porter that no other top welterweight has done. And that would definitely shoot him up. It possibly could make him go past Terrence Crawford. Not the fact that he has 2 belts, but the fact that he knocked out Shawn Porter, he's never been stopped. That's what it's all about. Like if you take somebody, or you knock somebody out who has a granite chin, kind of like Shawn Porter. So if he's able to do that, he goes up there. Same thing. If Shawn Porter is able to, it means one of two things. If Shawn Porter is able to beat Errol Spence, either he's great or Errol Spence is not as good as we thought he is. And just off how Errol Spence fight, he's pretty much what we think he is right now. So I don't think there's going to be anything shocking like a Andy Ruiz versus Anthony Joshua. We know Spence spars bigger guys all the time, so he should be able to take the punishment and the punches from Shawn Porter. Shawn Porter, same thing. He's been in there with some heavy hitters at 147 pounds. And I'm looking for a good fight, man. So I'm just going to let you guys know right now. I'm picking Errol Spence to win by, if it's close, I don't know. I'm going to say I'm picking Errol Spence by unanimous decision. 8 rounds to 4, maybe 7-5. If it's a wipeout like 10-2 or 7-3, that's gonna be a lot, because like Errol said, all Shawn Porter's fights are close, and we haven't seen Errol in there with somebody like Shawn, who's been there with the top opposition, is gonna push him to the limit. So I can't wait till Saturday, guys, man. But yeah, I'm rolling with Errol Spence to win. You guys let me know in the comments who you picking to win. It's your boy Banco. I'm out.